Hi, it's Raj Bapala, co-founder and CEO of Applaa. As a parent, we want to give the best experience for our kids. I've got two kids, 11 plus, and other one is doing GCSE exams. So we've spent a lot of time and a lot of money for tuitions, 40, 50 pounds a class on math, science, and English, and many things. And also we've tried our platforms and people saying, okay, use Atom Learning, iExcel, and this and that. And they're okay, but at the end of the day, you're paying 40, 50 pounds for them, and it's really not working out. It's just like only one, and again, where do you go for the next, right? And it's just like a simple mock exam practice, it's there are so many things you can do. It's not really a comprehensive feedback mechanism tool, right? That's what I think. I got really frustrated with all these tools, and again, spending with teachers and tutors is not really working out. So here, that's why we built Appla with the vision of actually helping kids as early as, like from year 8 years onwards to all the way to the GCSEs. We've got the whole curriculum built. Again, we've digitalized the whole UK curriculum here. So, and actually we're giving a value only 9.99 a month, £10, right? What is that? Is the cost of a pizza, even less than that. And so we want to give that a best experience for everyone. You can really see from year 4 to year 11, they can see every single subject, math, they can able to look at this lesson. They can practice but understand the concept first rather than writing an exam for the sake of writing. And then you can able to do a lot of practice also. Then, what is this thing? And then you can see the assessment and whatever you wanted to do. And you can do a lot of things again each year, year 4, year 5, year 6, all the way to there, right? And that's about it. And also you can, once you have there, then probably, most people will go for 11 plus, which obviously you can really see. And yeah, so we have built a comprehensive 11 plus past papers, around 5 dozen papers we have. And again, four topics: verbal, non-verbal, math, and English. So you can able to see pretty much everything. You can take exams. Also, you can get the feedback. Also, you can see how many exams you've been taking. And these are the exams I've been taking, verbal reasoning, and also you can really give the feedback by the subject, by lesson, and at least it will give you a really great feedback for the parent and also teacher for obviously if he's having a teacher and also parent and the kid for writing them as well. You can do quite a lot of things as well. So an example, let's take an exam for verbal reasoning. So you can really see that it actually I did an exam math for now before it actually tells you where you got right, where you got wrong. It's really great, right? As a parent, you cannot able to tell, what is the correct answer, right? So you can able to do, and it's brilliant, isn't it? So it just saves a lot of time. A lot of institutions are charging 40, 50 pounds, even for a paper sometimes, cost like that. And we're giving for free 5,000 questions, right? And many unlimited questions and papers they can do, all for 9.99. And they can do practice again if you want to do it. Just simply go and write an exam, and you can able to see submit papers. You can directly see as well, and the results coming through. As an example, let me go back and show the exam as well. So if you see some of the exams what I've done just now, you can see that exam coming through as well. You can really see the results. So it's just brilliant way to actually get the feedback as well as assessments for the kid who is writing the exam and studying, as well as for parents not to spend too much time for them to sit with them and write down exams, and also more importantly the cost. And we'll explain a lot also all of this in subsequent videos. You can also see that as well. I'd really trust this is valuable and take advantage of this offer. It's only 9.99, which is a significantly lower cost. Anyone can able to afford it. It's a cost of a small pizza these days, and compared to 40, 50 pounds a tuition class. And I truly trust this is helpful for you. And yeah, sign up at applaa.com/UK, applaa.com/UK, and register for free. And it's 1 month free as well for you guys. So make use of it. And if you're writing the 11 plus exam, all the best. And again, we'll explain further details also in the subsequent videos. Thank you for watching.
Hey everyone, if you're a parent or a student currently staring down the barrel of the 11 plus exams, you probably know exactly what that unique brand of academic anxiety feels like. The pressure is on, the syllabus feels literally endless, and the stakes seem incredibly high. Well, today's explainer is designed to be your ultimate playbook. We're going to strip away all that stress and give you a structured, proven strategy based directly on the Applaa 11 plus learning framework. Our goal today is simple, but it's ambitious. We're going to navigate that exam anxiety and chart a clear, logical course to the absolute top tier of results. Okay, let's dive right into this, because this is the golden question, isn't it? How do you actually score 90% or higher on the 11 plus? Now, you might be surprised to hear that a huge percentage of 11 plus failures aren't actually due to a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of strategy. There's this massive illusion in the world of exam prep that success is just a matter of endurance. People think the kid who sits at their desk the longest, grinding out the most hours, is guaranteed the highest score. But honestly, that approach usually just leads to burnout, frustration, and a lot of tears at the kitchen table. We need to completely shatter that illusion right now. Here is your reassuring thesis for today's explainer. Scoring highly in the 11 plus exam is not about studying for longer hours. It is about smart, consistent, and targeted practice. I really want you to let that sink in because it's a massive mindset shift. We are moving away from exhausting rote memorization and endless, directionless repetition. Instead, we're adopting a strategic, proven formula. When you know exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it, every single minute of study time becomes exponentially more powerful. We have a very clear roadmap for today. We'll be covering 5 key pillars. 1. The 90% score myth. 2. Master the core foundations. 3. Accuracy before exam speed. 4. Learning from every mistake. And 5. Mastering the mock test. Starting off with Section 1, the 90% score myth and breaking the cycle. Top scorers don't just consume information, they interact with it dynamically using a specific strategy. The absolute secret engine behind continuous improvement in the Applaa framework is this 6-step cycle: understand, practice, test, review, improve, and repeat. Now notice that test is only one part right in the middle of the cycle. So many students just test, hoping their score will magically rise. But without the understand at the beginning and the review and improve at the end, you're really just spinning your wheels. This smart progression cycle is how you actually build real capability over time. Moving into Section 2, master the core foundations, building the base. Before you ever start worrying about the ticking clock or the intense pressure of exam day, you have to ensure your foundational knowledge is absolutely rock solid. The 11 Plus requires building this base across 4 major areas: maths, English, verbal reasoning, and nonverbal reasoning. But here's the absolutely critical part. Your focus must be on understanding the question types rather than just memorizing answers. Memorization is fragile. If the exam board slightly tweaks a question format, a memorizer panics. But a student who understands the underlying mechanics of why an answer is correct, they can adapt to literally anything the paper throws at them. Now, what's really interesting is how a platform like Applaa actively structures this foundational learning. Take a typical maths word problem, asking a student to calculate total hours across 3 days. By clearly tagging it as difficulty 4, the system ensures the student is being challenged at exactly the right level. It's not just basic arithmetic anymore. It forces the student to extract the mathematical operation from a real-world scenario. This is exactly what we mean by standard core practice, purposefully building that fundamental understanding. And because they've built that strong foundation, look at what happens next. The student can confidently step up to a difficulty 5 question. Imagine a geometry problem asking for the area of a triangle with a base of 12 centimeters and a perpendicular height of 5 centimeters. Because they understand the core formula, rather than just having memorized a specific previous answer, they don't panic when the difficulty level spikes. They just calmly apply their foundational knowledge to the new variables. Which brings us to Section 3, accuracy before exam speed. Pacing yourself. I know. The natural instinct for a timed exam is to immediately force a child to work faster. But look at this crucial logical progression. It's faster. So the crucial point is understanding the delicate balance between these 2 distinct stages of preparation. Stage 1 is answering correctly without unnecessary time pressure. It's taking your time, showing your work, proving you know the concept. Stage 2 is the ultimate goal, becoming faster without sacrificing that hard-earned accuracy. It's about efficiency, not just rushing blindly. All right, Section 4, learning from every mistake, creating the feedback loop. Consider this an insider locker room talk. What happens after an answer is given is actually way more important than the answer itself. The big diagnose that mistake, you apply this very simple, highly effective rule. Identify the weak area, do targeted practice purely on that topic, and then retest. Please don't spend all your practice time doing questions you already find easy just to feel good about a high score. Use your test results to brutally target your weaker topics. That is how you turn mistakes into actual, tangible point gains on the board. Finally, Section 5, mastering the mock test, the clock, and the mock. This is where the unforgiving reality of the 11 plus is finally introduced. Intense time pressure. Imagine seeing a countdown timer ticking at 39 minutes and 9 seconds right in the corner of your screen. Practicing with this visual reminder is absolutely vital. You can use short, timed question sets, subject-specific tests, or mixed question practice. The goal here is to build stamina so that the sight of that timer ticking down stops causing panic and just becomes a normal part of the background environment. And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when the pressure is on. The timer drops to 38:31, and suddenly the student is faced with a multi-step difficulty 4-word problem about a baker arranging 288 cakes into boxes of 12, and then putting a third of those boxes on a shelf. Under time pressure, the brain naturally wants to skip steps. The goal here is to maintain that hard-earned accuracy, applying those core foundations even when you're feeling the very real pressure of the clock. Full mock tests are the ultimate preparation, but they must be used strategically as a learning tool, not just to generate a definitive score to obsess over. The cycle is rigorous. Take the test, thoroughly review your mistakes, precisely identify your weaknesses, practice those specific weak areas, and only then take another test. You need to track both your score and your accuracy, but also pay very close attention to questions that simply took too long to answer, even if you ultimately got them right. And then, finally, you reach question 40. The timer's down to 37 minutes, and there it is, that critical purple submit button. Clicking that button at the end of a full exam simulation is a powerful psychological moment. Completing these grueling mock simulations repeatedly is what strips away the fear of the unknown. It literally makes the actual exam day feel like just another Tuesday afternoon doing an Applaa practice set. So, let's synthesize everything we've covered today into the ultimate winning equation. Because remember, there are no magic shortcuts to a 90% plus score. The strongest strategy is exactly this: strong fundamentals, plus high accuracy, plus timed practice, plus mock tests, plus mistake review, plus consistency. If you bring all these elements together, you are giving yourself the absolute best chance of success. And what's the emotional payoff of executing this entire strategy? It's exactly how you want to feel walking into that exam hall. Regular, smart practice helps students become intimately familiar with different question types, which vastly reduces the fear of timed tests. The ultimate aim of all this prep is to enter the real exam feeling prepared, focused, calm, confident. It's about achieving complete peace of mind for both the student and the parent. I really want to leave you with the core mantra of our framework today. Write this down, stick it on the fridge, remind yourselves of it every single time frustration sets in. Don't just practice more, practice smarter. It's not about the quantity of hours, it's about the quality of the strategy. Let this be your empowering shift in perspective. So, are you ready to put your 11+ preparation to the test at the Applaa Learning Hub? It's time to stop stressing and start executing. You can explore the Applaa 11+ practice and mock tests across all the core subjects. But as we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with this one thought. Is your child's current study routine actually building their confidence, or is it just building their fatigue? Apply this smart strategy, visit the Applaa 11+ Learning Hub, and change the way you prepare forever. Thanks for joining me today, and happy studying.